In today's lesson, we will be talking about probability using M&Ms. So our unit objective for this lesson is students will be able to demonstrate the use of probability by using their packages of M&Ms. And 2, students will be able to correctly analyze and interpret their M&M data. So what is probability? Probability is a number between 0 and 1 that shows how likely a certain event is. So today we will be figuring out the probability of drawing a certain color of an M&M out of our bags. So what colors are in the plain bag of M&Ms? So if you look at this pile here, you can see that there are 6 different M&M colors that will be in your bag today. And if we list those out, the first color is blue. Then we have brown, green, orange, red, and lastly we have yellow. So we will be working with these 6 different colors of M&Ms today to find the probability of each color. So in your journal, I want you to answer the question, what color M&M do you think will show up the most in your sample bag of M&Ms? And why do you think this? So this is your prediction, so there is no right or wrong answer. Just make sure you choose one of the 6 colors that we just discussed that will be in the M&M bags. And also, you will need to answer which color M&M do you think will show up the least in your sample and why. Okay, in your journals, you already have this chart glued in your journal section for probability. And what I want you to do is make a prediction or a hypothesis on how many of each color M&Ms you think you will have in your bag once we open these. So you can see in the first column here that you can put the tallies for each color M&M. So you're going to pick out how many of each color M&Ms you will have in your bag. And then the second column here, you'll put the total of how many M&Ms you think you'll have. So then you're going to add up all those totals of each color and put the total amount of M&Ms in this bottom section here. So if you make the prediction that you are going to have 32 M&Ms in your bag. So once you get over to the probability ratio, if you have wrote down over here that you have 7, that you're going to have 7 blue M&Ms. So your probability ratio will be 7 over 32. So that's how many M&Ms you have, you're guessing that you will have in your bag over the total amount of M&Ms you are predicting in your bag. And then we will talk about the probability percentage in just a little bit. Okay, so now we are getting to the fun part, and remember, do not eat your M&Ms until after the whole project is over with. Okay, now you can open your bag of M&Ms and you can begin to sort and classify your M&Ms according to color. All right, so in your journals, you have that same chart already glued in your journal. And as you can see here, I have taken this bag of M&Ms and I have my actual sample results here. So in my chart, in my journal, I have already started filling out my information. So if you look, I counted each individual color of M&Ms below, and I have them tallied and the totals already listed in my chart. And as you can see, if I added all my totals of all my M&Ms in my bag, I came up with 27 total M&Ms. So whenever we go over to our probability ratio, you will see that 27 is universal across all the colors, because that is the total amount of colors or total amount of M&Ms that we have in our bag. And then I simply just brought over the amount of M&Ms and put it over in the numerator over for each color. And to find the probability percentage, we are going to simply divide the numerator by the denominator. So here I divided 6 by 27 and I ended up with the percentage of 22%. So if I'm looking at my bag of M&Ms, I have a 22% chance of pulling out a blue M&M from my bag. So it looks like blue and red M&Ms is the most popular color in my bag of M&Ms because I had 6 of both colors in my bag. If you look at my chart, you can see that I had only 2 yellow M&Ms in my bag. So that gave me a probability percentage of only 7% of pulling out a yellow M&M out of my bag. So once you have your chart filled out with all your information from